Greetings everyone. So I know it has been a long time since I have made any videos, but that's for good reason. Also, a lot of things happening, a lot of shifts that are occurring, and so I tend to stay quiet while I try to navigate these different shifts, right? So I just want to say, because I've been watching the other videos out there with people who are talking about different reality shifts, timeline shifts, and the importance of changing your mentality about certain things to change your reality, right? Like, this is consistent in every kind of spiritual practice, the power of the mind. So in the A-Way Dream Network, yes, there are techniques that we use to be able to go back in time and to alter different ways things occur, different events, the way we feel about certain events, in order to remove different blockages in our lives. So what happened last night, and I want to say this because I know, based on the people I've spoken to, that they experienced something, but not quite in the way that I experienced it. I do believe that they're going to have similar results. They just don't know, or they didn't see it the way I saw it. So last night I went in and I was literally deleting memories, not just for myself, but for other people that I knew and people that I didn't know. And so the way it was shown to me, right, for my waking mind, was that I was with other people, different ancestors, egg-based spiritual guides, just different beings that exist on the other side. And we were going through and we were looking at different events that occurred in people's lives, including my own. And we were saying, like, was this needed? Was this still necessary? Can we get rid of it? Along those lines, those terms. And we were deleting memories. So when I woke up, right, like, because there was actually, I remember there being a hang up I had about deleting something from when I was maybe like 7 or 8 years old. And it was just these things that could have been considered minor, interactions with different people, things that may have happened, tripping and falling, or someone was attacked by a dog or something. It was like little things that you might not have thought were major shifters in your life. Well, at least that's what that I was allowed to retain, right? So I know for myself there were some big events that occurred. However, when I woke up, I could not remember them anymore. I remember waking up several times last night, especially with myself, when I was kind of hung up on not releasing certain memories. And I found myself at one point, I remember arguing with them. I was like, well, no, if you remove this event from my life, then I'm not going to have this kind of determination or drive that I have today. And they were just like, no, you can get rid of that now. You don't need that memory. You have that drive. You have the courage. You have whatever the gem was from this event. You don't need the event anymore. Now, look at that, right? Because in shadow work, we look at these different things that occur in our lives, and we have to try to find the gems, or we try to find the gems, like, how did it shape our lives, right? What were the benefits from this? What things can we let go? So it's kind of like the whole shadow work thing, but it was literally going in on a different level and erasing it from ever happening. So I remember at one point waking up thinking, you know, wait, that memory, that was what triggered this, and this. And all of a sudden, the memory itself began to disappear. I cannot remember. There's like little fragments of the memory, which throughout the day have become more and more like shadow fragments. Like, I know that I woke up with so much energy today. If you know me on a personal level, you know that I have a steady level of tiredness because of all of the things that I'm doing in the daytime and in the dream space. Like, I never seem to get a lot of rest. And so I have this underlining layer of sleepiness, of tiredness. But because certain things were released, I didn't have that tiredness. I don't have it. Like, I have this underlining bubbling of energy now. And I know some of you say, oh, well, you can get that from meditation. You can get that from this. You can get that from Reiki, all these things. Yes, I can. But it always tends to eventually fade away. This is like, I'm hoping it's my new norm. I really am hoping that this is my new norm. But I can tell that there were some blockages that were removed. And this is where that energy is coming from. Not that it's just, oh, I've got this surge of energy. It's that the energy is actually able to flow the way it's supposed to flow without these blockages. And these blockages were caused by certain events and memories that were trapped in my body. So last night when I went in and we were going through saying, hey, can we release this? This is what the benefit was. We're going to keep the benefit, but we're going to release the event. We're going to wipe it from the timeline completely. I have never experienced that before. And as I am talking to different people, they're telling me, oh, well, I saw myself at one of my past relatives' house, or I saw myself when I was in school last night, or I dreamt about myself talking to my childhood friend. Like, people are having these like fragmented experiences where you're dreaming that you are talking to someone from the past, or you're somewhere where you were at in the past. However, at the same time, your other dream self may have gone in and was deleting different memories and events from your past, but your waking mind was only able to retain seeing yourself having conversations or being somewhere from the past. I hope I'm making sense. Because the way our waking mind retains certain dreams, experiences, is not exactly what it was, right? So like, for example, and then I have to let y'all go. But for example, my son will see himself playing video games, whereas another person will see my son in the dream space doing running through different scenarios of past, present, and future. Whereas he's only seeing himself playing video games, a bunch of different video games at once. But the other people are seeing him, and yes, you know, stay with me here because it sounds crazy. Like, what do you mean other people saw your son in a dream changing and altering different scenarios, or going through different scenarios? Yes, this is what we do in my world and in my environment, especially as we are expanding our dream space, right? It happens with our children as well. But yes, he will see himself. I'll say, Wilson, so-and-so saw you in the dream space running through scenarios, right? Switching things up, moving things around, past, present, and future on what looks like different big screens, right? And 2 or 3 people have said the same thing. And you're like, oh, well, I just dreamt that I was playing video games all night. And I was trying to beat the games, and every time I couldn't beat the games, I just kept doing it over and over and over again, but I was playing like 3 games at once. So, you know, his mind could not retain what he was doing, what his spiritual self was doing, but he saw it and visualized it and remembered it as playing video games until he could win, right? Until he could get the best scenario. And the change that happened and occurred in his life after that was he changed his mind on wanting to do certain activities. He all of a sudden didn't like certain foods. And he started showing more gratitude about everything. Like he tells me, thank you, Mom, all the time. Or, you know, a lot of people have seen like these little minor changes in him, in his personality and his character. And it all happened after he was playing these video games in his dream at night, and other people saw him running through different scenarios. So all that to say, you may have dreamt recently that you were somewhere in your past. You might have been in a family home. You may have been talking to an old friend. You may have been in a classroom, taking different tests. You might have been cleaning something up. I keep seeing this dog, like someone might have been playing with a dog, or, you know, playing with a dog somewhere. But you may have also at the same time been removing memories from your timeline. So that's going to feel like something shifting in your life, something shifting in your processing of something, your relationship with somebody, perhaps your relationship with your parents, or, you know, something that might have bothered you in the past does not bother you as much anymore. Like you've been able to release certain things in order to move forward or to advance yourself. I am interested on what that looks like for the people around you, because I have not been able to grasp any of those lost memories to even ask like my mom or a friend of mine, hey, do you remember anything about this, that, and the third? Like they are almost completely gone from my mind. And I smile when I say that, because whatever they were, now that I can feel that they've been released, like whatever burden or whatever they closed or cut off from me, I can feel that they've been released. I just can't remember what they are. So I'm wondering, I would love, and I will follow up with you on any occasion when someone says, hey, do you remember this, that, and the third? I'm like, no, I don't remember it at all. And also be mindful, right? When you encounter people who you've known for a while and they're just like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember that. They might have gone through the experience where the memory was completely wiped. Now, from my understanding, it was wiped from the timeline completely. So, you know, maybe no one will remember it, but hopefully y'all woke up feeling high vibrational and ready to take on the world, because that is exactly how I feel. All right, if you guys have any comments or questions, please do not hesitate to put it down at the bottom, or contact me, inbox me regarding whatever this conversation was or anything else that may have come up. All right, y'all, take care.